Hello. Okay. I think we're live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are 7 minutes away from lights out in the 2025 Azerbaijan Grand Prix Baku Street Circuit. Drivers are lined up, things are ready. Isaac Hajar's car had a hydraulic problem and they seem to have fixed it. So he is ready to go. And he definitely has some pace and he was pretty frustrated after the qualifying session. You can see it in the radio interview. I'll talk all about this in a different video. In the post-race video, obviously I couldn't create a post-qualifying video for various reasons. But either way, it's race time right now and I don't think it's going to rain. In front of you is the cloud situation and I don't think there are enough clouds, but there is wind. So if you look at the wind direction, there is a little bit of wind towards the sea because it's approaching the evening. So maybe that can go ahead and wreak some havoc in the race and we will see how that pans out. But in terms of rain, I'm looking at the weather radar and there's literally nothing. There's no update. So it's not gonna win, and this is the starting grid. And setting the tone for this live stream is that we are rooting for a Carlos Sainz podium. Obviously, Max Verstappen is gonna win, and I want the other podium position to go to a Ferrari, preferably Lewis Hamilton, because he was quick. In the Friday practice, he was quick. And in Saturday, in qualifying, Ferrari screwed up his strategy a little bit, so there is a bit of that. Just having a bit of tea before the race begins, and we are ready. We are ready to go. 5 minutes to go now. A little bit more than 5 minutes, and we will see. We will see. The start is going to be very critical, and there is going to be chaos. People will be crashing into each other, especially when you consider that. I mean, let's look at the starting grid. And planetf1.com, and this is one other thing that I want to talk to you guys. Planetf1.com. The pictures are not yet updated. Carlos Sainz is still in Ferrari merch, and like Kimi Antonelli doesn't have a picture. Then who else? Lewis Hamilton is wearing Mercedes suit, but he's driving for Ferrari. The same thing is true for Franco Colapinto because he's driving for Alpine and he's in Williams gear. So the Planet F1 motherfuckers need to get their shit together and update these images. The same thing is true for Esteban Ocon, who is currently driving for Haas. So these things need to change, but either way, the grid is pretty messed up. Esteban Ocon is last. Ahead of him is Alexander Albon, and a lot of good drivers like Fernando and Lewis are outside of the top 10. Charles Leclerc also had a terrible qualifying session. He crashed. Same as Oscar Piastri, and Isaac Hajar fucked up a little bit in his qualifying run. Lando Norris is the biggest bottler because he had the opportunity to pull away from Oscar Piastri, but he messed up, and he then blamed it on him going out first, which I thought was weird. You have to take ownership of your own mistakes. But either way, let's see what Lando and Oscar can do with respect to the title fight. I think Oscar Piastri is going to pull away. I think he's going to do better job in the race compared to Lando and make some moves on him. But we will see what pans out. Hopefully Lando, for his sake and the sake of the title fight, pulls away and gets a better result and closes the gap to Oscar Piastri. The chances of that happening are pretty low. Under pressure, Lando Norris is never good. Yuki Tsunoda is in a very good position. He is starting P6. But ahead of him is, Osama bin Russell and his teammate, who are, explosive people. Liam Lawson probably doesn't have the pace to fight against all the guys behind him, but either way, we will see how the things pan out. And as the race begins, you will see the positioning over here, updating in real time. So I guess, we will see, I think you can see everything. And I will be describing whatever I'm seeing or whatever the race director chooses to show us. Currently, we are going through the grid, and in a few minutes, 2 minutes to be in particular, we are going to go lights out and racing in Azerbaijan. Max Verstappen, can he do 2 in a row? I think yes. Because Max is on pole, Then there's Carlos Sainz, who is not going to be challenging Max. Then there's Liam Lawson, who will be challenged by Antonelli, so he has his own problems. And by the time the McLarens and the Ferrari get through the field and, get into top five, the race will be almost over. So I don't think Max Verstappen is going to be challenged for the win by anybody, literally anybody. And with Laurent Mekies, his technical expertise has helped Red Bull find a little bit more stability and performance in the car. So yeah, I mean, Max Verstappen is going to cruise all the way to victory. He's going to win by like 20 fucking seconds or some shit. It's gonna happen, mark my words. Unless there is like a late safety car. So we will see. The formation lap will begin in a minute, and then we'll see. Also yesterday, last night, there was a bit of rain, and that washed away a bit of rubber, but there was some like F2 and F3 race. So they must have laid down a little bit of rubber, but that rubber is different than Formula 1 rubber. So in terms of grip level, Max Verstappen does have a little bit of disadvantage because the Red Bull, in order to be fast, goes through the tires quickly. But at the same time, Max Verstappen knows how to nurse those tires in that Red Bull. So it'll be interesting. I genuinely believe that Max will be unchallenged in this race. I genuinely don't believe, like, except for turn 1, I don't think anybody is challenging Max for anything. So yeah, I mean, let's see how good of a start Carlos Sainz can have. I'm really excited about the start. So the formation lap will begin in a few seconds. I think it should begin in a few seconds, and then lights out and away we go. I hope we don't get a delayed start. I hope nobody stumbles on the grid. 15 seconds to formation lap. So here we go. The formation lap has started. Nobody is stuck on the grid. Nobody has stalled. So I think that is the best news that we have so far. I'm just arranging everything so that during the live stream, I don't run into any kind of technical issues like the very first live stream. My very first live stream was extremely problematic. So there's not a lot happening. And also in this one, okay, I need to open the live chat doc. Where is it? Chat. Not that anybody's gonna watch or anybody's gonna give a comment, but it's just a thing to do, like people do this. So like it is what it is. Either way, we are ready, and so are the drivers. So who is gonna crash? Now let's go ahead and make some exciting predictions, guys, because who is going to turn 8-9 along the 12th century Baku walls are the narrowest point in the F1 calendar. So the Charles Leclerc section is the narrowest place in the F1 calendar. Very interesting start. Anyway, who is gonna crash? Who is going to find the barriers and bring out the safety car? Or even a red flag? Who is desperate enough to do that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Lance Stroll, I mean, that's a guy you can definitely count on at all times to go ahead and spice things up, maybe trigger a late safety car. But Max Verstappen is starting to back the pack up, start slowing down a little bit. Carlos Sainz is not falling for his trick, and he is allowing Max to go ahead. And yeah, Verstappen wins again. I think back-to-back victory for Max. It'll be really interesting if Max Verstappen, he is now 63 points behind Lando Norris in the championship standings, which is a lot. But in some type of way, if Max continues this sort of performances, because in Monza he won, dominating performance, 19 seconds between him and the McLarens. If he does that, like similar to that again here, and is relatively competitive around Singapore, which is risky because in Singapore, I think the McLarens are going to be very, very quick. But if he continues to do that, if he closes that 63-point gap that he has to Lando Norris and finishes P2 on the championship standings, I mean, I struggle to imagine what Lando Norris fans will go through, because they're going to be talked a lot of shit towards them because of how annoying they have been the whole season. All right, the folks are lining up. Everybody is lining up now. I mean, not on the grid yet, but everybody is coming slowly. Who has lined up? Oh my God! I mean, the top 10 haven't lined up yet as well. So we got a few seconds, ladies and gentlemen. On the grid is ready. I'm really rooting for Lewis Hamilton though, because he's good, man. He has some good pace and he is getting comfortable with the Ferrari. So let's see in the course of the race. He is starting P12. So I hope that from P12 he at least goes to top 5. All right, 5 rights ready, lights out, and away we go. Max Verstappen, great getaway. Carlos Sainz slots right behind him. And Liam Lawson, good too. Then the 2 Mercedes. Then, Lando Norris gets squeezed by the other Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda. Great race, side by side going into it. Holy shit. It's a good start. Oscar Piastri went all the way back. Oscar Piastri has a terrible start. Yuki Tsunoda lost another position that he momentarily gained. He momentarily overtook a Mercedes, George Russell. Then he lost the position again. Great racing by everybody. The Ferraris are back to back. Lewis Hamilton had a good start, I think. There's a yellow flag right now. Oh my God, Oscar Piastri is in the walls, he DNF'd. Oscar Piastri DNF'd. What the fuck? Oscar Piastri DNF'd. Oscar Piastri hit the wall and he DNF'd. This is now critical for Lando Norris to go ahead and, try to take the W. He needs to win this one. And, where's Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton is P10. So Lewis Hamilton started P12, is now P10. There is a safety car. And the top 6, 7, the top 8 are the way they are. And then there's Charles Leclerc, and then there's Lewis Hamilton. Oscar Piastri, what happened? Let's see, we're riding on board Oscar. And the place where he crashed in quali, he crashed again there. Exactly the same place. Wow. He has been on a tear. He has been on a 34 race point scoring streak. The commentator just said that, and now that streak has come to an end. This is really fortunate for Lando Norris in the championship situation. Lando Norris lost a place to Isaac Hadjar, by the way. So the top 6 as it is, and then there's Isaac Hadjar right behind Yuki Tsunoda. That's going to be interesting. And then after Isaac, there is Lando, then there's Charles, and then there's Lewis. Lewis Hamilton has improved. Now, Esteban Ocon went to the pits for some reason. I don't know what happened. Did he pick up some damage? So Ocon went to the pits. Alex Albon went to the pits. I don't really understand why these guys are pitting. Do they have some kind of damage? I mean, they were in the back of the grid. Esteban Ocon and Alexander Albon were behind. So I think they have done their done their pit stop, because safety car will allow them to get a pit stop done without losing any time, because they were literally at the back of the grid. P19 and P20. But I mean, they're still extracting the car. They're just tying the car to the crane. So I think there'll be a couple more laps. The race will resume by lap 5, I think. So, interesting. Oscar Piastri, the first lap of the race, locks up, and the crash is very similar to the crash that happened with him in the qualifying session. It was very, very similar. he crashed in the exact same spot, in exact same manner, locked up the fronts, and went straight into the fucking barriers. This is the problem, man. You have to be a little bit patient, because if you don't have the grip, and this is the issue, man, this is the issue with these new age drivers. I mean, Oscar Piastri is still relatively new. This is his third season in Formula One. You have to understand that. And considering how dominating he has been, not dominating, but like consistently good, he has been. Okay, so Piastri first jumped the start. So Oscar Piastri jumped the start, and then he dropped all the way down, and then in a bid to, you know, make up lost positions, he got a little bit greedy, and then he locked up. Oscar Piastri. Wow. I mean, wow, this is the worst race of Oscar Piastri, man. Last year he won here with a great move. He, oh my god. So Oscar Piastri jumps the start a little bit, then hits the anti-stall, drops all the way back. I think he is P18 or some shit. Fernando Alonso is right behind him, so we are seeing the both of... Fernando also jumped the start a little bit. Little bit. Not by much, but little bit. And yeah, Piastri just dropped like a stone because of that anti-stall at the start. And then now he is, out. I mean, he literally went to the back of the grid. He was P20 momentarily. And then he just locked up. Same spot. Yep. He is trying to go around the outside of Esteban in the same spot in qualifying, man. Turn 4, I think this is. Oh my god, just locked the fuck up. You couldn't turn. Oh my god. Andrea Stella is holding his face, disappointed. And Pierre Gasly is P16. Phenomenal. So we'll see the Oscar Piastri crash now from Pierre Gasly's onboard. Oh my goodness, like he just locked the fuck up. He just locked up. Oh, and then there was a crash between the Steak Sauber and Esteban, I think. There's a crash. Oh, that's why Esteban pitted so early, I think. That's Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg and the other guy. Who is that? Oh, I think that is Oliver. I think Oliver was ahead. Ooh. So Nico Hulkenberg's front left hits the rear right of the Haas of, I don't know who that was. I think that was Esteban Ocon. So he hits Esteban Ocon. So Hulkenberg can also get a penalty. So it's actually a pretty neat start, except for like a few spaces. The marshals are now fixing the barriers, which has been a little bit squeezed, but things are good so far. Amazing. Race start is pretty good, man. Pretty good, except for Oscar Piastri. He fucked up. He is fucking it up in Azerbaijan. He's not good, man. The windy conditions are not good for Oscar Piastri. He needs more experience. He needs to do more sim racing like Max Verstappen. He needs to do it more. I think we will have one more lap of safety car, and then we'll be going back racing again. We saw all different angles of Oscar Piastri's crash, but holy fuck, man. Holy shit. Max Verstappen is really close to the safety car. Now he's back in the backup. Is safety car ending this lap? No. We don't have the message yet. They have removed the car, they have fixed the barriers, the safety car is still going on. So Fernando Alonso can also get a penalty because just like Piastri, he also had jumped the start a little bit. I think he was just looking at Oscar Piastri, and then as a reflection, as a reflex, because Oscar Piastri jumped the start, he also, because he was looking at him right in front of him, he has also instinctively moved. But that's the fucking problem, man. Like, I think Fernando Alonso is going to get a 5-second penalty. Safety car in this lap. Fernando is P11, so I don't know, man. He needs to find a gap. He needs to find a gap. Right behind him is Bortoleto, who is also good, so we'll see. Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc P9, P10. Ahead of them is Lando Norris, and it's gonna be fun now. It's gonna be fun now. Safety car is ending, ladies and gentlemen, and Max Verstappen will have a clean getaway, so we'll see. Let's see what Carlos Sainz can do with slipstream down to turn 1. It'll be amazing if Carlos Sainz tries to put a move on Max Verstappen and gets momentarily ahead. I don't expect him to get fully ahead because the Red Bull is such a dominant machine, but the Williams does have some good straight line speed with it, and Carlos is pretty nifty, so it'll be fun to see if something like that happens. So safety car has gone into the pit lane. Max Verstappen is bunching up the field. Let's see what happens, boy. Let's see what happens. I think we will see a lot of overtakes in the start-finish straight right now. Max is still weaving, and this is the thing that Max does to prevent the car behind him to get too close. He just weaves, trying to get some temperature, and Verstappen is on hard tire. Carlos Sainz is on medium tire, so that can definitely work in Carlos Sainz's favor. Carlos may go ahead and steal the lead for a few laps because Carlos has medium tire. He has the tire advantage over Max Verstappen. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fucking fun, guys. Now they're all going at the right time. Come on, come on, come on. There's a lot of moves going on. Ooh. Both of the Mercedes trying to get along each other, and one of the Mercedes loses out, and now Yuki Tsunoda is ahead of George Russell, and Isaac Hadjar is attempting a move also. Charles Leclerc has overtaken Lando Norris at the restart. Great job by Charles Leclerc. And Max Verstappen maintains the lead. Carlos Sainz behind him, then comes Liam Lawson, and Charles is comfortably ahead of Lando Norris. Lewis Hamilton now putting the pressure on the McLaren of Norris. It seems like the Ferraris have a pace advantage over Lando, but then again it's very hard to say because Lando is lacking a bit of confidence in these type of conditions where it is windy. The wind is not as fast as it used to be yesterday in qualifying session, but it still is. I think Lewis Hamilton is going to get Lando in the start-finish straight this time around in lap 6. I think he's going to get him, but we'll see. Ferrari straight line speed versus Lando Norris's McLaren, which has good downforce, but downforce is not going to matter right now when everybody's bunched up like this. So Norris is now putting the pressure on Charles Leclerc. But we'll see, man. Yuki Tsunoda is P5. Can you believe that? Yuki Tsunoda is P5. Wow. Charles Leclerc overtook Isaac Hadjar. Fernando Alonso gets a 5-second penalty for jumping the start. Charles Leclerc is flying. Isaac Hadjar is now going to get overtaken by Lando Norris. And hopefully Lewis Hamilton too. Lewis Hamilton got caught up, man. He just got caught up. Ooh, that was close. That was close by Norris. Isaac Hadjar defending well against Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis now has DRS on Isaac, who has DRS on the other guy in front of him. And Lewis Hamilton now overtakes Isaac Hadjar. Oh, Isaac defends. Isaac defends. Wow. Isaac Hadjar and Lewis Hamilton. I like Lewis is Isaac's idol, so that's really fun to see. So Fernando, 5-second penalty, unlucky again. The problem is Fernando was looking at the gearbox of Piastri, who moved, and then instinctively he moved too. So Charles Leclerc. So we are gonna go ahead and see the overtake of Leclerc on Norris. So Leclerc was very, very close to Norris at the safety car restart, and he just overtook him momentarily. Did he overtake him like before the start finish line? No, I don't think so. But it was close though. He lined him up really well. Russell radio. Russell got fucked a little bit. George Russell is now behind Yuki Tsunoda. Like, it'll be interesting to see how much of a pace Yuki has. But Liam Lawson right now is holding his own. So that's very interesting to see that the car has such good pace. And Hajar needs to unleash that race pace right now. Oh. Yuki Tsunoda and Osama bin Russell fighting hard. There is already a gap opened up between Antonelli and Tsunoda. And things are getting feisty. Lewis Hamilton needs to clear Isaac Hajar, man, quickly. Quickly. He can't be losing that much of a time. The problem is, Isaac is quick too. Obviously, it took him a couple of laps to get into the rhythm, but the Racing Bull is quick. Oof. Osama bin Russell is nudging Yuki Tsunoda, and if these motherfuckers come in together, I mean, it's gonna be great for Charles Leclerc. So Fernando Alonso was on the radio and he was saying the same thing that I have been saying. He reacted to Piastri, so that's why he also jumped the start. So he is now having to serve a 5-second penalty, so he's gonna serve it at some time. It is what it is, and it's instinctively it's an easier thing to do, to react to the championship leader ahead of you. But Oscar Piastri is driving like a retard this entire Grand Prix weekend. I don't know what has happened. Maybe he's got too cocky because last year he won here. But yeah, I think the wind is catching these guys out. So far, Liam Lawson is doing great, man. There's a yellow flag. Oh no, green flag now. Liam Lawson. Wow, I didn't think that he will be able to. Okay, now he's under pressure from Antonelli. Antonelli as DRS wide open. And ooh, Leclerc is under threat. Lewis Hamilton gets ahead of Isaac Hajar. And Charles Leclerc barely defends against Lando Norris. So this is going to be a fun fight. Norris has DRS open. And behind Norris is Lewis Hamilton now. Lewis Hamilton has cleared Isaac Hajar. And Lando Norris is in a Ferrari sandwich. Fuck yeah. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. This is racing, boys. Because Max Verstappen is going to drive away into the distance. And Carlos Sainz is keeping up with him. He is between 1.5 seconds with Max Verstappen. And he's getting the benefit of the slipstream in the start-finish straight. Because, 1.5 second around a straight in Baku is not that much. Lewis Hamilton late braking. Gets it done. Amazing move. Balls to the wall. My man. Let's fucking go. Alright. A lot of action, man. This is just actions everywhere. And even if there are no moves happening right now, people are lining each other up. And right now, the Ferraris are looking feisty because they have to fight. So we'll see. It's interesting how it panned out because everybody was thinking that McLaren are going to do a 1-2 and they're going to wrap the championship here, but they did not know that their drivers are still young, especially Oscar Piastri, who is driving his third season in Formula 1, and Lando Norris is a dumbass, unfortunately. I mean, he just takes too much unnecessary pressure for whatever reason. Okay, so Osama bin Russell putting the pressure on. Oh my god. Yuki Tsunoda, great defense against Osama bin Russell. Hard defense. And Osama needs to go ahead and do something different, man. Both of them are on hard tires, so we'll see what happens. George Russell needs to, set it up properly. But Yuki Tsunoda is looking good, man. Yuki is looking good. And right behind Osama bin Russell, closing up is Charles Leclerc. So Leclerc is only 1 second behind George Russell. George Russell is being held up by Yuki Tsunoda because Obviously, there's the dirty turbulent air, and also if you're lining someone up for an overtake, you have to make compromises in certain corners, and that has allowed Charles to close up. So we'll see what happens now, because Leclerc is like a Baku specialist, except for yesterday's qualifying. Max Verstappen sets the fastest lap, and now he is 2 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz. Okay, great. I think everybody's now settling into their positions. I think up until the pit window, we will not see much action going on. Let's see if George Russell can put pressure on Yuki again. No, he's too far behind. Too far behind. Too far behind. He's not even closing up. Yuki is very good, man. He's defending well. I mean, you gotta respect that guy. He's defending well. He's defending like Max Verstappen. He's defending like open lobby F1 2025. He's doing that. But Osama is Osama. But let's see what happens with Osama now. George Russell is side by side. Oh, George makes the move. Amazing move. George Russell overtakes Yuki Tsunoda, and now is the turn of Charles Leclerc to attack Yuki Tsunoda. Let's see what happens. If Yuki drops like a stone, then it's gonna be a problem. George Russell, great move. He does it between turn 3 and 4. Couldn't do it in the start finish straight. So Yuki, I mean, he tried his best, man. He did it with DRS and he was completely ahead before the braking zone. So there was no chance for Yuki this time. So far we have an So in 20 laps time, not 20 laps time, in 15 laps time, there could be some rain, is what Oliver Behrman is being told on the radio. But we will see. We will see how impactful the rain is. It's going to fuck things up if the rain comes, and if it is large enough to trigger a pit stop. But if it is just drizzling a little bit, then I think the drivers are just going to thug it out. But we'll see now. We'll see. George Russell is on a tear, and Kimi Antonelli is now starting to put some pressure on Liam Lawson. He has the DRS on Lawson now. The Ferrari the sandwich featuring Lando Norris, they have formed their own DRS train now. So we'll see what happens there. Lewis is pushing like crazy, and so is Charles. Lewis Hamilton is on hards, and Leclerc is on mediums, and Isaac Hadjar was on medium, so that's why it was difficult for Lewis to make that overtake. I think after a few laps of, and then I think Lewis Hamilton is going to have much more pace after like 10 more laps or 15 more laps, when everybody else on the mediums will be in management mode, but then Lewis will be pushing. So I think the race is going to come to Lewis. Overall, Lewis is on a better strategy. When the fuel burns off, he will be on medium tires later on. So I think that's even better. So Lewis Hamilton is going to be a force to be reckoned with as the race progresses. As the race progresses, he's going to be better and better. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, the top 5 as it is. Then there are some changes. But Oscar Piastri, man, really bad showing. Max Verstappen has checked out. He has checked out. 3 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz now. He is 3 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz. We'll see what happens. Now, like as I mentioned, there's no moves going on. People are just lining each other up, and there are multiple DRS trains throughout, so we'll see how things pan out. I think in 8 more laps, the mediums will start to wear out a little bit, and the people on hard tires, they will start to pull, like, continue their performance. But it all depends. I think Carlos Sainz has eased off a little bit. He is not pushing as hard to try to extend the lifestyle, not lifestyle, but like the health of his tires, the lifetime of his tires. That's why he has dropped back a little bit from Verstappen. Within a few laps, I think within like the last 5 laps, Verstappen has pulled out 1.5 seconds on Carlos. George Russell is closing in on Andrea Kimi Antonelli bit by bit. Now Kimi is getting closer to Lawson, but I think after 8 to 10 laps, Kimi will have to move over and let Russell pass, because Russell is on the hard tires. So he will be quicker. Russell will be quicker after like 8 laps. Yeah. No more action going on, so just we can just chill at this moment, and nothing is happening. The top 15, the top 10 as they were 3 laps ago. I expected more from Isaac Hadjar, but it's gonna be very difficult to defend against a couple of Ferraris and a McLaren. So the Mercedes are doing a good job, man, but I thought they would go and overtake Lawson and Sainz. But Antonelli, being the lead Mercedes, is not. I don't think Antonelli is doing a good enough job in pressurizing Liam Lawson. But Liam Lawson is also quick, so you cannot say much, because Lewis Hamilton took a couple of laps in a Ferrari to overtake Isaac Hadjar's Racing Bull. But obviously Lewis was on the hard tires and Isaac was on the mediums. But Kimi and Lawson, both of them, are on mediums. So, Kimi is not doing a good enough job of pressuring Lawson. Now George Russell is within a second of his teammate. Oliver Behrman did something. We're seeing a replay of his overtake on who? On an Alpine of who? Someone. Ooh, what a move. That's a normal move. George Russell has the fastest lap right now. He is flying. I think he's going to be screaming on the radio of letting him by to attack Lawson. I think it's going to happen. There will be team orders in Mercedes in a second. I'm predicting it right now. I think, Kimi Antonelli is going to move away, or Kimi Antonelli is going to push so hard and he's going to crash. So this is going to happen in the next 5 to 10 laps. Either Kimi is going to crash out, or Mercedes is going to issue a team order and tell Kimi to move the fuck out of the way and let George Russell by. There's some battle going on. Bortoleto, oh no, that's Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg behind Stroll. Oh my goodness, Alexander Albon is not making any progress. Yeah, but he's stuck, I think, in a DRS train, and Gasly is very good at defense. Russell is very close, man. He's close to Antonelli now. George Russell. I wonder why Russell is not saying anything on the radio. Mercedes need to go ahead and swap the drivers, man. Kimi Antonelli is not doing enough to pressurize Lawson. And right now, I think George Russell is thinking like, do I ask the team to make the move, or do I just fucking make a move myself? Because that'll be more easier. So now, oh my god, he's just 2 back. Come on, Kimi. Kimi has to go ahead and make this work, dude. Alex Albon is trying to go past Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly does not fight it. And through goes Alexander Albon. Completed his first pit stop already during the safety car that was brought out due to Piastri's crash. So Alexander Albon moves up to 17th place. And Kimi Antonelli, oh my goodness. George Russell now is closer to Antonelli than Antonelli is to Liam Lawson. I don't know what the fuck. Bro, he needs to move off. Antonelli needs to move. He needs to fucking move. Kimi Antonelli needs to move away. Kimi needs to move away, man. George is quicker. I think the hard tires are getting alive now, which means Lewis Hamilton should be unlocking some pace or unleashing some pace in 5 laps time, which will last for like 10 laps, maybe more, who knows. But man, Antonelli, get the fuck out of the way, bro. You're hurting the team now. Russell, go ahead. I mean, the thing is, Antonelli is not as good as Russell, but Antonelli has DRS from Lawson, and that's allowing him to keep Russell behind. Like in terms of like pure racing pace. So Russell cannot overtake Antonelli. It's insane. Lance Stroll chasing Colapinto. Both of them are crash-prone drivers. Okay. This time he was two behind. Alexander Albon goes to the pit once again. What is up with Alex Albon, man? He is pitting the second time. Are they retiring the car? Oh, they just put on the hard tires. Oh my goodness. They pit Alex Albon again. And now he is 17 seconds behind the pack. So Alex's race is just, so this is like for Alexander Albon. He is now he is now a lot behind, 17-18 seconds. So George Russell is now radioing to Mercedes and telling them to tell Kimi to get the fuck out of the way. But anyway, the point is, I was trying to talk about Alexander Albon, and for him this race is a practice session, so that's that. Now George Russell is telling on the radio that Kimi Antonelli needs to move over because he has a better of a tire advantage to attack Lawson. Lawson and Antonelli both are on mediums. Russell is on the hards, and now the hards are starting to show some good pace. So we'll see what happens. So we'll see if Mercedes make the switch. Let Russell through. Nope, not this time. Yuki Tsunoda is maintaining good distance to the Mercedes ahead of him, but the problem is the Mercedes are kind of like in a DRS train and they have not unleashing their true pace. So, Esteban Ocon trying to get past Pierre Gasly, his old teammate and nemesis. He gets through again later though. Oh, Lewis Hamilton locked up. Ooh, oh my god, in turn 7. Lewis Hamilton locked up, lost some time, but no big deal. He is not attacking anybody. He is now 3 seconds behind Lando Norris. And Norris is bringing the pressure. And Oscar Piastri is watching the race on his phone somewhere. He's keenly watching Lando Norris. Colapinto also pits. He's now 15 seconds behind the pack. Alexander Albon is right. Ooh, oh, Alexander Albon and Franco Colapinto touch, and Franco Colapinto spins around. And yeah, now he spins back again, and yeah, I think one of them is gonna get a penalty. So, oh my goodness. So Franco Colapinto was just like ahead of not Franco. I think yeah, Franco was right ahead of Albon, and Albon tried to make that move, and now he's spun around. Now he's 10 seconds behind Alex Albon, who is 16 seconds behind the pack. So that was fun. Oh man. Why? It was Alex's fault. I think Alexander Albon is going to get a 5-second penalty. So Alexander Albon's race weekend is going from bad to worse. Oh, and he loses a bit of front wing end plate. He loses front wing end plate, and let's see it from the perspective of Colapinto. Colapinto was way ahead, man. There was not a move there. I'm just happy that Colapinto's car did not get any huge damage, but he got flat spotted, so it's horrible now. Oh my god. I think Albon needs to get a penalty for that. It was completely his fault. He could have waited for one lap and make a clean pass. It's not like he was there to score any points. He got too desperate and stuck his nose in a corner in which Colapinto was very clearly ahead. He didn't have his front axle alongside the rear axle, so he was way behind. Yeah, Mercedes need to switch something up, man. Give some team orders, otherwise this is boring now. There's a yellow flag again somewhere. Kimi Antonelli goes to the pits. Now George Russell. Okay, that's a good way of diffusing the situation. So Kimi Antonelli now goes to the pits, and he goes to the hard tires, preferably to the end of the race. And he comes out P12. Now the issue with Kimi Antonelli is that now he has a little bit of a clear track ahead of him, but ahead of him is Fernando Alonso, and he is not easy to overtake. So yeah, now Charles Leclerc is pressurizing Yuki Tsunoda. Lewis needs to push, man. Lewis needs to fucking push. I mean, he had a lockup, so I don't know how much tire he lost, but Lewis needs to push. This is the time right now. Albon is gonna get a penalty. It's under investigation right now. Ten-second time penalty for Alexander Albon for causing a collision. This is the contrast, like because Carlos Sainz is on the podium. So Max Verstappen now sets the fastest lap. Charles Leclerc pits to a new set of hard tires, and Lewis Hamilton needs to push, man. I don't know what the fuck is he doing, but I think Leclerc pitted to cover for Antonelli, but now Antonelli is ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc needs to go ahead and push and get Antonelli now. This is going to be interesting. Leclerc versus Antonelli coming up in a few laps time. And right now, Charles Leclerc is a bit more than 3 seconds behind Kimi. So we will see. He is warming up his tires, priming it up. The Baku specialist versus the rookie. Last time, Kimi Antonelli and Charles Leclerc were close like this. They had a crash, and Leclerc retired from the race. This time, Leclerc is the one who is chasing, and Kimi is ahead. So let's see what happens. George Russell is doing his best to try to close in to Liam Lawson and put the pressure on him, but Liam Lawson is holding his own. And this is the thing that I said about Liam earlier, is that he is not that good. He may not be as consistent as others, as Isaac Hadjar in qualifying session, but oh, Liam Lawson like pits. Holy shit, it's gonna be tight now. It's gonna be tight now. So Liam Lawson goes into the pits, and it depends on when he gets out, because they're pitting him to cover for Antonelli. He should be marginally ahead of Antonelli depending on how good this pit stop goes. Pit stop is good. Pit stop is amazing. Solid 2.3 seconds pit stop. Kimi Antonelli is now... Oh, he's ahead. Liam Lawson is ahead of Kimi Antonelli. They covered him. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Wow, it's gonna get interesting now. It's gonna get interesting now. Because Kimi Antonelli is on warm tires and Liam Lawson is on cold tires. And Kimi Antonelli has DRS. He's right behind Liam Lawson. There's a race going on right now, boys. Things are switching up. Pit stops. We need like a pit window. It got a little bit boring now, but now things are happening. Liam Lawson is good in the corners. The Racing Bull is pretty good in the corners, but his tires are not switched on. It'll take a few more corners to get switched on. We'll see what happens though. Kimi Antonelli did some corrections. Now they're going to the Charles Leclerc section of the track, and this is where you need to be on point. Yeah, he's pulling away. Lawson is pulling away. Yep, Lawson is pulling away because he had a good exit out of the Charles Leclerc section. But we'll see. Now we are going to the final corner, and from here it'll be interesting. Behind Antonelli is Charles Leclerc, so we'll see. Now George Russell needs to bang in some good lap times, bro. He needs to destroy those hot tires. Russell needs to do that. Alright, in the start-finish straight, let's see what Liam Lawson can do. Oh my god, he's gonna lose the position. Kimi Antonelli makes a move. He has overtaken Lawson. Perfect move. Come on, Lawson, you need to get back at him. Wow. Kimi Antonelli, great move. Overtakes Liam Lawson. Now Liam Lawson is coming back. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's almost there. Good defense by Kimi. But Liam needs to, stay close to him because he's fast in the corner. So if Liam can stay close to him to the corners, then the start-finish straight, he can have an advantage. But we'll see about that. I think the straight line speed of the Mercedes is better. But now, if Russell pits now, he's going to undercut Kimi Antonelli, which is going to be interesting. If Russell pits now, he's going to be a second and a half ahead of Antonelli. So Antonelli needs to start putting in some banger lap times and clear Bortoleto. But yeah, Liam Lawson out of the podium position, out of contention for podium position. Let's see what Carlos Sainz can do. Yeah, he's pulling away. So Lawson, what can he do in the start-finish straight right now? Not much. He doesn't have the pace. Max Verstappen is just breezing. He is now 7 seconds nearly 7 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz in P2. So yeah, he is just enjoying this. No problem. But I thought Lewis Hamilton will have some pace, man. But I don't know. The race is long. There is no rain yet. We were promised some fucking rain. Alex Albon overtakes Fernando Alonso. Yeah, it's just a bad weekend for Alex. It's not doing anything good. Where else moves can happen? Nowhere. No one, none other people are close enough to attack anything or do anything. The closest two drivers are Sunoda, and behind Sunoda is Norris. He is, I think, about second and a half behind him, but we don't know. We don't know if any attack is gonna happen. So it's getting in the boring phase. Everybody is just going to manage their tires for a while. If there is rain, there will be something happening, but there is no rain, so. Stroll, Hulkenberg, Bierman, and Ocon, they are on a DRS train. So something can happen there. Four-car DRS train. Can Hulkenberg overtake Lance Stroll? No. Nope. Nope. Like I said, man, we are in the management phase right now. Everybody's kind of like just settled in more or less. Kimi Antonelli has the fastest lap of the race. I think Max Verstappen will pit after 10 laps. But yeah, we'll see. Russell has dropped behind Carlos Sainz, which is interesting to see. George Russell was 4 seconds behind Carlos Sainz at a point, and no, he has closed up actually by half a second. Yeah, I mean there is no rain coming. Everybody is just looking at the radars, and the commentators are saying something about they're talking a little bit about the rain, but it's not going to rain to the extent that it'll affect how the race pans out. You know what I mean? Like there will be some drizzles, and it'll be a talking point that, oh, it rained in Azerbaijan, but it won't have any impact on how the teams and the drivers execute their race. Maybe they'll tiptoe around a few corners for a few laps until the water clears out or the moisture gets evaporated. But right now, Lance Stroll is holding up 3 people behind him, Hulkenberg and 2 Hasses. Charles Leclerc needs to go ahead and put some pressure on Lawson and clear him. This is not looking good for Charles because he has done his pit stop. He should be faster. And this is the thing with the Ferrari in the straight line speed. Not the straight line speed per se, but like the Ferrari, like overall as a racing car. In the long runs, they're way too exposed, man. In the long runs, they're not even close to the others. But if you look at the pit strategies, Charles Leclerc has now overtaken Lando Norris, because if Lando pits now, he will be behind Charles. So McLaren are, leaving Norris out. So the wind in around turn 16 is massive, so we still can have some issues around that. Lando has been told on the radio that around turn 16 there's a lot of tailwind, so maybe we will have a few crashes, hopefully, to spice things up. If there's a safety car right now, Verstappen, Sainz, Russell, Tsunoda, and Norris are all going to be winners. Someone is making a move on someone. Oh, Kimi Antonelli overtakes Gabriel Bortoleto. Good move. Now, I mean, Kimi is on a tear right now. Kimi is doing good. Nico Hulkenberg is trying to go past. Ooh, he almost does it. Nico Hulkenberg tried to make a move on Lance Stroll, but couldn't happen. Now Max Verstappen is about 9 seconds clear of the rest of the field, and we're not even like we're just halfway through the race. So there's that. Leclerc is consistently faster than Lawson. He has been closing the gaps. Over the past 4 laps, he has now closed more than 2 seconds to Liam Lawson. So he definitely has the pace advantage, about 1.4 seconds. But yeah, it's critical. He needs to line it up. Now he is also significantly faster than Norris, and Norris is losing time, bro. And the amazing thing about Oscar Piastri's DNF is that Lando Norris is not in a position to even fight for the podium positions to get some big points. Max Verstappen puts in the fastest lap, 27 lap old hard tires. He puts in the fastest lap. So Carlos Sainz, so Gabriel Bortoleto pits, Max Verstappen puts in a fastest lap. Carlos Sainz is on the radio and worrying about George Russell undercutting him. So yeah, that is that. Most recent updates. Bortoleto's pit stop 2.4 seconds. Leclerc needs to go ahead and clear Lawson, man. He is losing a lot of time behind this guy. But Lawson is driving a phenomenal race, if I'm being honest. So far, Liam Lawson has not put a foot wrong. I mean, yeah, he got overtaken by Kimi Antonelli, but it's really difficult to defend against a Mercedes in the straights when the Mercedes behind you has a faster tire. At the start of the race, it's the start of the race, so, you know, it's a bit of management, but Liam Lawson is doing a phenomenal job holding off the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc, who has DRS, by the way. Leclerc is within a second of Liam Lawson. Max Verstappen puts in another fastest lap of the race. Insane. Carlos Sainz is in the pits. I hope the pit stop is not shit. Alright, he stops in the right pit box first. Good pit stop. 2.6. Not too shabby, eh? So I think right now George Russell is going to pit within the next couple of laps or something. So Carlos Sainz comes ahead of Hajar, who is ahead of Antonelli, who is ahead of Lawson, who is ahead of Leclerc. Leclerc is still stuck behind Liam Lawson. It is unbelievable how good Liam Lawson is driving right now. Max Verstappen, fastest sector 136.9. He's flying, dude. Verstappen is master in, you know what I mean, like, what's it called? Managing his tires. And now he's just banging in those fastest laps. He's just pulling away. He's just waiting for the right moment to pit right now. I think ideally he's looking for like a clean pit stop between himself and whoever's behind him, and I think he's gonna get it. I think like Max Verstappen is not going to lose the lead, even if he pits. I think that's gonna happen. How far behind? He's 12 seconds behind George Russell, and he's still pushing. So maybe in a few laps time. I think he's just waiting for Russell and Yuki to pit, and then he's gonna come in. I mean, Yuki is not even a thing. I think he's managing the gap to Norris. He doesn't want to be stuck behind Norris. But then again, like with fresher tires, he can get past Norris easily, and then Yuki Tsunoda is gonna move out of the way. Has Yuki stopped? No, Yuki hasn't stopped too. Ooh, Isaac Hadjar is putting in a great defense against Kimi Antonelli, and Kimi is very fast compared to Isaac, but Isaac Hadjar, even with his old medium tires, is defending against the new hard tires of Kimi Antonelli, which is very interesting to see. Isaac Hadjar driving a great drive too. Both of the Racing Bull cars, they're like, these motherfuckers are good, man. Like, especially at the corners. Like the exits of corners, you can really see. Like right now, they were just showing the onboard of Kimi Antonelli, and right around the exits, you can see how like Isaac Hajar just pulls away. Here's this good exit. So Isaac Hajar just focused. Great stuff. Carlos Sainz has covered George Russell. Unless there is a safety car, then you know it is what it is. So far, it looks like if things stay the way they are, and the race just continues to develop the way it is, then I think Carlos Sainz will finish on the podium for Williams. Kimi is still chasing Isaac. He is a bit too far behind Isaac in the start finish straight. Isaac has gone to the pit lane, and that releases Kimi Antonelli. So Isaac is in the pits. Liam Lawson goes. Behind him is Charles Leclerc. But Isaac was driving a great drive. They put, oh my goodness, they put used hearts on Isaac. I don't know. Like, did he have not? Did he not have any new sets of hearts? Isaac Hajar rejoins in P10. Now all you have to do is just go forward, man. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be hard, but Isaac is definitely going to finish in the points. I feel like there are going to be like a few guys ahead, but Isaac definitely has a little bit of clean air in front of him, so he needs to push. Isaac needs to push. Oh, he is on new hot tires, so that's only one lap old. Isaac needs to push, man. He needs to fucking push like crazy right now. Leclerc is still trying, man. He's still trying to. Leclerc is still trying. Russell radio. So George Russell is going to extend even more, and he is now 13 seconds behind Max Verstappen, who used to be, the gap used to be 12 seconds, and George Russell is not closing significantly at all. Not George Russell, Charles Leclerc. He's not closing onto Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson is doing a tremendous job. He's doing phenomenal job, man, defending against Leclerc. I think it's gonna be like this till the end of the race. Fuck, man. The racing bulls are dope. Now Isaac Hajar needs to use all the pace he has. I mean, obviously not destroy his tires, but he definitely needs to go ahead and eke out the, like, trim the gap to Leclerc. Now he is 16 seconds behind Leclerc. He needs to reduce that gap. Yep. Hulkenberg chasing Stroll still. Nobody is making any overtaking moves anymore. I think, yeah, after the round of pit stops, which is probably going to happen in the next 7 laps time or whatever. The hard tires are not degrading at all, because Verstappen recently was doing fastest laps, which now the fastest lap now is with Oliver Bearman, not by much, by 2/10. I mean, he's in a Haas with fresh mediums, so 2/10, not that much. So Max Verstappen's car is pretty fast. You know, the hard tires are not going away, and George Russell seems to be very comfortable. He wants to extend, and the gap between Russell and Verstappen is remaining consistent. You know, it's not increasing that much. So he is doing the race leader's pace. Now let's see if Leclerc can do anything. I just don't think that he can. There's nothing Leclerc can do, because Liam Lawson is so good exiting out of the last couple of corners. It just neutralizes everything. It doesn't matter how close someone gets to you in Baku after turn 4. because if you have a good exit out of the last two corners, then you can just pull away. Like unless your straight line speed is absolutely trash, you can protect the position going into turn one. That's exactly what's happening. And this is the problem, and that this is the last year with the ground effect era regulations. The cars, in terms of technical development, have converged, and that's a problem. So it is what it is. Nothing is happening, no battles. But yeah, Racing Bulls, man. Racing Bulls and Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda is currently running P3. Great stuff. Max Verstappen has checked out, dude. He's just checked out. He's just, like, it's just a sublime drive. He's just doing his own thing, and he's just getting bored out there right now. Norris is also doing good, actually. Like, he is keeping up with Yuki Tsunoda with 31 lap old medium tires, and yeah, Norris is still doing a great job considering he is on mediums. They have one horse in the race, so right now I think the top five are just waiting for a safety car. Otherwise, they'll probably not pit until lap 40 or in the 40s. Like, until we get into early 40s or mid 40s, I don't think the top five are going to pit at all. I just don't think so. So Yuki Tsunoda has been told on the radio to pick up the pace and to, destroy the tires. Let's see how much of pace Yuki Tsunoda has. But Liam Lawson is looking good for a P4, man. I mean, he got overtaken by Antonelli, so obviously he's not getting that position back. But Antonelli is doing great job. And Carlos Sainz, after the round of pit stops, it's going to be good for him. But a safety car is going to fuck those guys up. See? Turn 15, turn 16, Liam Lawson is exiting good, man. And there's nothing Leclerc can do. This is an issue. Like, for the turbulent air and the Ferrari in itself, obviously it's not a good racing machine. Over one lap where you just have to use the tires and there is nobody and people will get the fuck out of the way, it's obviously easy in that situation to extract one lap and low fuel and all this type of things. But in race trim, the Ferraris are just not on the level. Not even on the level of Racing Bulls. Lewis Hamilton. Did he lock up again? No. Did he hit the wall in turn 15? Oh, he brushed the barriers in turn 15. Not a good sign, but we'll see. Anyone can happen. Anyone can end up in the barriers is what I'm trying to say. There are two types of race car drivers: those who have found the barriers and those who will. So there's not a single racing driver in the world who has gone crash free in their entire life. So nothing is happening. Now it's boring, so now I hope we have something else to do. Yeah. Verstappen is gonna win back-to-back Grand Prix. Insane, that is unbelievable. Wow. If things stay the way they are, then Norris is going to get 12 like Norris will pull 12 points out of Piastri's lead. So Piastri leads Norris by 31 points in the championship standings. And right now, if things stay the way they are, it'll be 19 points. So I mean, one thing we can say about Azerbaijan is that it has now made the title fight a little bit more interesting. Alexander Albon makes an overtake on Esteban Ocon. Now he is the third car in the DRS train. Not a lot of progress, nothing good is happening. That's the only move. And now we're again seeing Charles Leclerc's on board on how amazing the Racing Bull is in the corners, especially the exits. So yeah, we can see it. Leclerc is closing a little bit in the entries, but in the exits, Lawson is just pulling away massively. Massively, it's just insane. It's like he has more mechanical grip. I think in the exits, yeah, the Ferrari is struggling. George Russell has lost about half a second to Max Verstappen in the last 5 laps or something. So they're averaging to like a 10th lap, which is not bad considering he had a lot of battles. Now Yuki Tsunoda is 20 seconds ahead of Liam Lawson, and Liam Lawson is doing a phenomenal job of holding the Ferrari behind. Liam Lawson is doing a great job, man. Wow. Because what Liam is doing is that he is preventing the Ferrari of Leclerc to, unleash its true pace and close the gap. I think. I mean, obviously, in the straights, Ferrari is quicker, and Alexander Albon makes the overtake on Nico Hulkenberg. Good stuff. Now he is P13. Yeah, the point that I was trying to make is that Liam Lawson is holding off Charles Leclerc. Norris radio. So, Yuki Tsunoda has now taken 2 seconds away from George Russell because he was 10 seconds behind George Russell. Now he is 8. Hamilton is being told to box. Let's see what let's see what happens, where he comes out and what happens, because this is the only time we can have some excitement in the race. So what Liam Lawson is doing is he is holding the Ferrari back. Obviously, I think the Charles Leclerc pace is not being visible because he is spending a lot of time in the turbulent wake. Now Lewis Hamilton is in the pits. I'm not sure if he's gonna come out in clean air. They fit the medium tires, brand new set. Off he goes, 2.2 seconds, great stop. I hope he's at least ahead of Isaac Hadjar. If he's not ahead of Isaac Hadjar, then it's gonna be horrible. So he is 6.5 seconds behind Leclerc, which is decent. And now it's gonna be fun. Bortoleto goes past Lance Stroll. Now Lewis Hamilton needs to go ahead and put in some banger lap times. Both of the Ferraris are going to finish in the points though, but it's not going to be impressive at all. And I think Norris is going to outscore the Ferraris as a whole enough to maybe close the championship battle, but it depends, man. He needs to be P3. P4 I don't think is enough, because now Ferraris are like getting 6 points or something together, so that's not enough. Norris is being told to box. So let's see. I think he is going to be behind Liam, and this is gonna be a problem now. This is gonna be a problem for Lando Norris because Lando will come out. Oh, it's a slow pit stop. Lando Norris has a slow pit stop. 4.1 seconds, so he will be behind Charles Leclerc, and it will be fun. So Lando Norris will come out in between the Ferrari sandwich again. He will be behind Leclerc and ahead of Hamilton. So right at the beginning of the race, there was a Ferrari sandwich featuring Lando Norris in the middle. And now Lando Norris, because of his slow pit stop, 4.1 seconds, there's no Oscar Piastri to swap around, buddy, this time. Right now, their slow pit stop. Yeah, it's funny now. It's funny. Oscar Piastri must be smiling right now, because there is no way Norris is going to overtake Leclerc, and he is going to probably finish the 8th, P8. Carlos needs to push though. Carlos needs to push. Norris's slow pit stop, what happened? We'll see. The rear jack. So the tires are on, everything is good. I don't know what happened. We'll see again the replay of the pit stop. The front right wheel gun was malfunctioning, so Lando Norris had to be stationary for about 2 seconds longer than he originally had to, and now he is again in a Ferrari sandwich. So Oscar Piastri must be loving it. Now comes, who is that? Yuki Tsunoda? Or who is that? Yeah, that's Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, 2.2 seconds, great stop. I think he's going to be ahead of Liam Lawson. Yeah, they found a nice pit window. Great job by Red Bull. He's ahead of Liam Lawson. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, Liam Lawson is now overtaking Yuki Tsunoda. Holy shit, he has the inside line. He has the DRS. Liam Lawson overtook Yuki Tsunoda. Insane, unbelievable pace. Now there is a Red Bull ahead of Charles Leclerc. And that's the Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda. It's gonna be fun now, boys. It's gonna be fucking fun. Lewis Hamilton puts in the fastest lap, 1:44.1. It's gonna be fun now. Yuki Tsunoda with cold tires. George Russell is being told to box. And God forbid anything bad happens, because he's going to end up in this fight if something bad happens. Oh my goodness. Liam Lawson, you sly fox. Liam Lawson did a great job, man. Great job. He needs to push now though. Wow. Liam Lawson overtook Yuki Tsunoda, and now Yuki Tsunoda is going to hold off Charles Leclerc and everybody else behind him. I don't think Leclerc has that much of a pace advantage to overtake Yuki Tsunoda now. Huh? Okay, I had to go a little bit of disturbances, but it is cool. Now I'm back. Verstappen is being told to box. Oh my goodness, George Russell is now P2 effectively. Holy shit. George Russell, a lot of things has happened. So George Russell is now P2. I think he's going to finish P2. Carlos Sainz is not going to be able to attack George Russell in the next 11 laps, although a battle will be welcome to see. Then Max Verstappen is being told to pit. And now we will see. Wow. So Max Verstappen is like I predicted. Max Verstappen will not lose the lead of the race. I think he's going for a Grand Slam. Max Verstappen can have a Grand Slam, really, because he got pole position. He is going to lead every lap because he didn't lose the lead in any point of the race so far, and now he has pitted after George Russell and has a 32-second lead over George Russell, so he's going to come out in the lead. Now it's a matter of getting the fastest lap of the race. And there is 10 laps to go, so he's definitely going to have the fastest lap of the race. Now Lewis Hamilton is behind. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Norris overtakes Leclerc. Phenomenal. Lando Norris overtakes Leclerc, and now it's time for Tsunoda. Let's see what happens. Wow. Insane, man. Insane. Ocon is being told on radio to move away. Get out of the way for Oliver Behrman. Team orders. Wow. If things remain the way that it is, then Mercedes are going to beat Ferrari in the constructor standings and go up to P2. Because Mercedes are in a really good position. 1 podium and 1 P4. Carlos Sainz has dropped back a little bit, but Mercedes with George Russell, they have done a phenomenal job. Great job. Was George Russell too quick coming into the pits? No? Russell was a bit twitchy coming out of the pit lane. But either way, George Russell drove a phenomenal race. He extended the first stint really well. And he came out ahead. He is ahead of Carlos Sainz by 2.7 seconds. I think Carlos is going to be happy with just the podium position. So Carlos Sainz just got told on the radio that George Russell is on fresh mediums, so it's going to be difficult to overtake him. Carlos is now about 3 seconds behind Russell, so let's see what he can do. But I think he will be happy with the P3 anyway. But at the same time, P2 is better. Now, Liam Lawson is under pressure from Yuki Tsunoda. Let's see how well he defends. Liam Lawson is pretty good at defending against the second Red Bull. He did it well against Sergio Perez. Now he's going to do well against his former teammate Yuki Tsunoda. But let's see. But Yuki is faster though. Yuki is bloody fast because he's on the mediums. And because Yuki has reports of light rain at turn 16. So Yuki is on mediums. But Yuki has DRS on Lawson, and that's why he's able to resist Norris. So there's a little bit of drizzle in turn 16. Turn 15 is a place where a lot of people crash, and turn 16 is, I think, the last real corner of the track. So we will see what happens. I mean, it's getting testy now. It's getting testy. So Liam Lawson, I mean, he is driving amazingly. He's now P5, and if he finishes P5, it's going to be his career. Bro, move over to the inside line. Move over to the inside line. Move over to the inside line. Liam Lawson defends on this particular occasion, but bro, you need to cover the inside line. Lewis Hamilton is doing a good enough job, I think. Max Verstappen takes the fastest lap away. And I'm telling you, Max Verstappen is going for a Grand Slam. He has the pole position. Now he has led every lap. And now he has the fastest lap. And I think he will end the race with the fastest lap. He pitted on lap 41. Got a fresh pair of mediums. And yeah, I think he will be holding on to that. Oh, Ferrari flipped the drivers. Now Hamilton is the lead Ferrari behind Norris, and he has 7 + 1, 8 laps to make an impression on Norris. So let's see what's happening. And Norris is being held up now. Norris is being held up massively by this DRS train ahead of him. And okay, last 5 laps is going to be interesting. So hopefully it's good fun. So Norris is chasing Tsunoda, and Tsunoda is chasing Lawson, and Lawson is like the mastermind of all of this. He is doing a really good job, and Lawson initially defended well against Kimi Antonelli. Then he defended well against George Russell. Then he defended again against Kimi Antonelli, but then he got overtaken. And then after that, he defended well against Charles Leclerc, and now he is defending extremely well against Yuki Tsunoda, which is interesting to see. Norris, even with DRS, is not closing enough. Wow. The thing is, Yuki has DRS too. And Norris's DRS, Yuki's DRS is getting cancelled out. Last we heard like a few minutes ago, I think there was some rain around turn 16. What happened with that? I hope we can get an update. I'm really relying on the graphics because I don't want to hear what the commentators are saying, because it will prevent me from being real with my analysis of what's transpiring around the streets of Baku. So I just don't want to also listen to some dumb things about, I don't know, like, you have to be careful otherwise you'll crash, you know, like sometimes these motherfuckers say these things. And also I don't want to hear any kind of biased commentary. If Nico Rosberg was here, then I probably will be listening to some of it because it's at least entertaining. But then again, he's not here. But yeah, like, oh my, okay, this time Yuki Tsunoda is much more closer to Liam Lawson, but let's see. Let's see. I think the turbulent air is going to hurt him, but let's see. But I think this time Liam Lawson is under threat. He is much more. Oh, he is weaving around the straight to cut the DRS. Okay, he moves to the inside line, protects it. Just about it. Holy shit. It's going to be heart in mouth for Liam Lawson for the last 6 laps now. Oh my goodness, Liam Lawson, bro, you gotta hold. If Liam Lawson holds on, then all of the jokes about Liam Lawson needs to go away. If Liam Lawson finishes P5, Norris is attacking Tsunoda now, no gap. If Liam Lawson holds up to P5 and finishes P5, which is his best ever race finish, if that happens, then all of the jokes about Liam Lawson's performance need to go away because he's really good. He is defending like a motherfucker. Holy shit. Right now, Lewis Hamilton is under a second behind Lando Norris. Hamilton has caught up. Thank you, Liam Lawson, once again, for keeping things exciting. So now we have a DRS train, starting with Liam Lawson. Then there's Yuki Tsunoda, Lando Norris, Lewis Hamilton, and obviously ending with Charles Leclerc. Isaac Hadjar, P10. I don't think anybody is going to trouble him. And yeah, I think Max Verstappen is going to also take the driver of the day. Anyway, like, we'll see about that. Both of the racing bulls are in the points. Both of the Ferraris are in the points. Both of the Mercedes are in the points. Both of the Red Bulls are in the points. It's insane. What a race, man. What a race. Both of the Red Bulls are in the points. And Yuki Tsunoda P6, not bad. So yeah, Lewis Hamilton just got a words of encouragement from Riccardo Adami, and yeah, he doesn't have DRS on Norris anymore. He lost the DRS. I think he momentarily was within a second of Norris, but then he lost it. But Liam Lawson doing a phenomenal job, man, in his defense. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, now Lewis has DRS between turn 3 and 4. Doesn't matter now, but he can get closer. But obviously, towards the end, crashes can happen. And Max Verstappen is just breezing, dude. Who has the fastest lap now? I think Max. Four more laps to go. Verstappen has the fastest lap. Yeah, he's gonna get the Grand Slam, however you wanna call it. I think the Red Bull is now gaining some pace because since Lauren Mekies has been in the team, I think Red Bull is now getting better because Yuki Tsunoda's performance has massively improved. So it's good now. Norris versus Yuki and Yuki versus Lawson. So many battles. Oh, Lawson is way too ahead. Wow. I mean, relatively speaking, he's still right up there. Max Verstappen puts in another fastest lap of the race. Wow. Imagine if Lauren Mekies replaced Christian Horner at the start of the season. They'll be so much good. They'll be so much faster. But now Red Bull are looking good, man. Wow. After this race, Oscar Piastri needs to go and buy Liam Lawson a beer. He needs to. Because it's because of Liam Lawson's phenomenal defensive skills, Norris is driving in P7. He definitely has the pace to be a front runner, but doesn't really matter. Carlos Sainz is going to finish P3, by the way. So I don't think anybody is challenging him for that. P2 would have been nice, but George Russell extended his first stint massively. And yeah, now he got the reward. Carlos said it on the radio that like we don't want to be undercut by Russell. But then they pit too early, and during that period of time, Russell had free gap to Verstappen, so he just pushed like crazy. And he had a little bit of life left in those hard tires. The hard tires did not degrade as much as everybody thought. That's why Liam Lawson is doing so good, man. He's just pushing the shit out of those tires, and he's just staying ahead. Hard tires are pretty good race cars. So here in Baku, one thing I'm seeing is that in quali, the yellow tires are good, and in the race, the white ones are good. They're just not going out, like they're just not dropping off. All right, boys. All right. Still good. Good stuff. The DRS trains is as such. Yeah, I don't think Norris is going to finish anything other than P7. I don't think Lewis is going to overtake him because they're stuck in a DRS train, you know, and the Ferrari doesn't have that much of a pace advantage. Lewis is on better tires, he's on the mediums, but unless Norris makes a mistake while exiting the last corner or some shit like that, then it's not gonna happen. Alex Albon is P11. Wow. Having his lonely race in P11. Then he's going to drop 10 seconds, which will put him around P16, P17. But Liam Lawson, man. Holy shit. Come on, cover the inside line. Oh, he don't need to. Wow. Bro, Liam Lawson deserves all the praise, man. The best defense I have ever seen around Baku so far. Piastri defended well against Leclerc last year, but Liam Lawson is defending against the Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda in a racing bull. Wow. Wow. Just no words. Lewis is having an overall good race. He started P12, finished P8. The cars are almost evenly matched, so that's that. But right now it seems that Lewis and both of the Ferraris had decent drivers. Leclerc started 10, essentially P8 because Ferrari gave the team orders to swap the cars. Ferrari has a good race. But right now I'm not focused on Ferrari. I'm focused on Carlos Sainz getting a podium, and I'm focused on Liam Lawson, defending against a Red Bull, a McLaren, and a Ferrari around the streets of Baku and finishing P5, because that's going to be his highest ever finish. I think he finished P6 in Monaco. But so far, boy, oh boy, they're going to start the final lap now. I think Max Verstappen started the final lap already, or no? It's just so good. Wow. Come on, let's see this time if Yuki can do it. No. Now it's just Martin Garrix is going to wave the checkered flag. Hopefully he is not shit. But anyway, the thing is, now Liam Lawson knows what he needs to do in order to defend, right? He just needs to stick to the racing line and continue to push. The best benefit of Lawson is that there is no turbulent air coming to him, and he's sending a lot of turbulent air behind the back, and there's a DRS train, so everybody's kind of need to at least not lose a position, you know what I mean? If Yuki gets too greedy, then he might be losing a position to Norris. If Norris gets too greedy, then he will lose a position to Hamilton. So there is that little bit of fear is going on. And Liam Lawson, even if he gets a little bit too greedy or whatever, chances of that is not likely to happen because he's not under the turbulent air. Even if he loses a position to the Red Bull of Yuki Tsunoda or even the McLaren of Norris, it's still not going to be as bad. So that's that. This is the only battle that is worth watching because everything else is happening way outside of the points. Outside of the points, are there any battle going on? No. No, nowhere. Max Verstappen has started the final lap of the race. Max Verstappen gets another fastest lap, 1:43.3. Great job, Max. He's gonna get a grand slam. It's insane that the Red Bull, which is the RB21, which is not supposed to be as fast, is this is the last lap, and this is where things are going to get crazy, and maybe there's a crash can happen. Nope. Norris is closer to Tsunoda now, much more closer than Tsunoda is to Lawson. Norris is having a look, but nothing. So yeah, anyway, Max Verstappen is in the RB21, which is not supposed to be a dominant car, is now breaking records. He broke record in Monza, multiple records in Monza, and now he has a grand slam in Azerbaijan. So we need to talk about this, bro. What is Lauren Mekies doing, and why Christian Horner's position was protected for so long? I think everybody just got sick and tired of Christian Horner, and now that he is fired, things are good. I think there will be many more Max Verstappen wins. Wow, Max Verstappen is crossing the finishing line again, and Max Verstappen wins the 2025 Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And wow, what a victory. What a victory. What a win. What a W. George Russell comes in with a great first stint, finishes second on the podium, and then Carlos Sainz on merit takes P3 for Williams. Amazing result for Carlos Sainz. And Kimi Antonelli P4. Liam Lawson holds on to P5. Yuki Tsunoda P6, Lando Norris P7, and then the couple of Ferraris. Leclerc is let through again, so Leclerc finishes ahead of Lewis Hamilton. I think at the checkered flag, but it depends. I think Leclerc finished ahead of Hamilton, but I don't know. Wow, what a race! What a race! Especially for Liam Lawson, man. Liam Lawson deserves all the respect in the world. Max Radio. Wow. So Max Verstappen is very happy. He is like, "What an unbelievable race, guys!" Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz gets the driver of the day, and deservedly so. Let's hear the radio. Wow, it's amazing to see Carlos Sainz on the podium. Wow. It's amazing. Like today's podium, so Max Verstappen P1, George Russell P2, and Carlos Sainz P3. George Russell is the last guy who got a podium for Williams back in 2021 Belgium, and now he's going to share the podium with the guy who recently gets another podium for Williams, which is Carlos Sainz in Azerbaijan. Amazing. Great job, Brian. Great job. Oscar Piastri needs to buy a beer to Liam Lawson. So Carlos Sainz is, doing the smooth operation things, and he's extremely happy that he's got a podium in Williams, and he just said on the radio that this is one of my best podiums so far, and first of many smooth operations for Williams. Anyway, I'm excited about what he's gonna say after he jumps out of the car in in the race interviews, and then hopefully in the podium there will be a little bit of to do Max Verstappen, like for meme purposes, and that's all there is. Max Verstappen 67th career win, Grand Slam on RB21, which is not even supposed to be a dominant machine. Don't be surprised if he wins the rest of the races, man. Like a lot of people said that the Red Bull are not going to be quick in Singapore, but now I'm like, really? Come on, man. In the race, he like nobody even looked like they had the pace to challenge Max Verstappen, and he is in a class of his own. And he's consistent, right? He's consistent, and even on a one lap shot, he's just going to be extremely well. So he's going to beat the shit out of everyone. He's just so good. Christian Horner should have been fired a lot earlier than they did. Now Carlos Sainz is about to pop out of the car, and we will see some amazing celebrations in the Williams garage. Oh my God, yes. Great race, man. Great race by Carlos Sainz. Also a driver from the Red Bull family on the podium. And yeah, what a great result. And Carlos Sainz jumped to all of the Williams people, and they're just screaming "Vamos!" Vamos means let's go. And and Carlos, what a great drive from him! What a great drive from him! It's really sad for Alex Albon, who has been in Williams for such a long period of time, and who didn't get his podium with Williams. But Carlos Sainz did, which is very interesting to see. It is what it is. George Russell is doing a great job too, and the first stint he extended was amazing, and then yeah, that was amazing. Lewis Hamilton was stuck in the DRS train, so there was nothing he could have done anyway. So that is that. Now he is popping out of the car, and that is that. Who is going to host the? A lot of people are screaming. Which songs? I just want to see the. Liam Lawson. Is that Liam or is that Isaac? But I genuinely think Liam Lawson deserved to be the driver of the day because of his defensive skills. Earlier at the start, he defended against. I don't know who he defended against. At the start, he defended against Kimi Antonelli. Then it was against Leclerc. Then Antonelli again for a little while. Then it was against Yuki Tsunoda all the way to the line. He also overtook Yuki Tsunoda actually. So Yuki Tsunoda just came out of the pits on cold hot tires, and he just made the move between turn 3 and 4, which is again not that difficult to do, not that easy to do, because between turn 3 and 4 the straight is not that long. You have DRS, but it's not as long of a straight as the start finish straight. So making a move on a Red Bull in that part of the track is good. So let's hear the interviews. Let's see what the smooth operator has to say. Carlos Sainz gets a podium before Lewis Hamilton gets his podium. Carlos Sainz got a podium with Williams before Lewis Hamilton got a podium with Ferrari. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a fucking bitch? It's insane. It's unbelievable. And Carlos Sainz, man, he endured. He suffered this year, and it's been difficult for him, but all of the work paid off, you know. Yeah. But yeah, Carlos is now smooth. Oh my God, Carlos Sainz, dude. Just a lot of inspirational words by Carlos Sainz. Keep believing in yourself, keep pushing. Smooth. Vamos. There are a bunch of Spanish people screaming vamos. I think that they're friends or family members of Carlos. George Russell. George Russell's first stint is the reason why he got a podium. And great result from Mercedes overall. Kimi is in P4, so great result from Mercedes. Oh, George Russell was sick. So, wow, great stuff. Great stuff. Now they're ahead of Ferrari. Now they're ahead. Mercedes are ahead of Ferrari on constructor standings. Max. Great result for Red Bull as well, because Yuki was P6. Obviously, overtaking is not that easy. P1 and P6. I think, yeah, Red Bull will continue to win. But in Singapore, if they have a podium in Singapore, then more Max Verstappen wins are coming. If Red Bull get on the podium in Singapore, then it's insane. I think they're gonna do that to the Max Verstappen. Hopefully, if they don't do it, my day is ruined. Mercedes and Red Bull have a good weekend, including Williams. The bad weekend was suffered by Ferrari. Racing Bulls had a good weekend too. It's amazing how the season is evolving. No one could have predicted this. But Liam Lawson P5, man. He lost 2 positions to the 2 Mercedes, so nothing wrong with that. And now we go to the Max Verstappen podcast in the cool down room. There. There's not any or many highlights here. Actually, like after the first few laps and a few overtakes here and there was nothing there. Yeah, there was few incidents too. Wow. Mercedes now lead Ferrari by 4 points in P2 in the constructors. Max Verstappen absolutely dominant. I think he was 15 seconds ahead of George Russell. What a great drive, man. What a great drive. And right now we need to start talking about Singapore. Because in Singapore, if Max is on podium, or if like, I think he's going to be on the podium, the first two, let's say, we can give it to the McLaren boys, but you never know. And after that, I don't think anybody is fast enough to keep up with Max Verstappen. So Verstappen will be on the podium in Singapore. So it's gonna be insane. Wow. Wow. 1 second. Now Williams are on a tear, man. Williams are improving. But Carlos Sainz did a great job in qualifying, and I think that helped him. Massive help. There's a light in the trophy. And he did it in pace. Carlos Sainz got the podium because of pure pace, you know. He drove well managed. Amazing race by Russell. Max Verstappen. There's no to Max Verstappen, so my disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. So fuck all of this shit. I'm not gonna watch it anymore. The main important point that I want to make here is we got to start talking about Singapore, because right now I think Max Verstappen and Red Bull have unlocked some amazing pace, and I think in Singapore Verstappen will be challenging for the podium position at least. And that means that more Max Verstappen wins are coming, especially in United States, Brazil, because Brazil is always a crazy track with crazy weather. So there is always going to be that. And I obviously need to do a race review and performance review analysis of every single one. So I will do it after, I don't know, a few hours. I need to go ahead and take a break, take a leak. My family thinks that like I'm doing something illegal. That's why I've not come out of my room. They don't know that I'm streaming, so I need to go and talk to them a little bit, assure them that nothing bad or wrong is going on in this room, and then I'll see you in the next video. So thank you guys for watching, all 0.0 of you, because nobody's watching this. So thank you for whatever, and I'll see you on the next one.